I'll be back in a minute. Here, let me sign.
Hey, how? Got it.
Hey guys, happy Friday. Chris, Fish Hippie, how's it going? Cotton. Oh man, Cotton, what fish were you trying to purchase? When we have the sales, the fish go really quick. It seems like no matter how much we do inventory, it's our biggest issue, try to keep up with that. But yeah, let me know what fish you were trying to get. If you give us a second, guys, we're gonna try and throw just real quick, put a black curtain on the back of this tank, just so you guys can get a better view. It's just gonna be a black background real quick. And then we'll feed the fish, just watch them a little bit. Hey Christopher, happy Friday. So give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna get this black backdrop on here real quick.
Did it? That's all right.
Look good?
I think it helps a bit,
Oh yeah, there's just a lot of
Reflection.
yeah. So what do you guys think of that black backdrop on that? I realize there's a lot of reflection off of the acrylic because there's a lot of background lighting, but I think you can see the fish better. Hey, happy Friday, Lynx. Lynn, good to see you. Steven. Steven says, hello all you fishy smelling people. Chris, any new tetras or dwarf cichlids? We are breeding some tetras and some dwarf cichlids, particular apistos. Nothing's in stock right now of the new stuff, but we do have Apistogramma unatus we're breeding. We do have some of this wild caught Apistos from Peru that we want to get in stock, but they're still under quarantine. Some of the fish didn't come out of quarantine as quickly as we'd hoped. Hey Dr. Q, happy Friday. Blue angelfish varieties. We'd have some smoky Pinoy angels, but nothing that's like really, really blue right now. Hey Sammy from Aurora. Hope the weather's doing good for you over there. Yeah, Lynn, I think the black background really makes the fish pop. You're going to be able to see them better. So we'll feed these fish real quick, guys, before we get into it. We'll see how these fish react. They're probably a little bit stressed because of the black backdrop we just put on there. You can see the Cyprichromis. That's the Cyprichromis promaxillaris. You can see him eating. If you guys can see how his mouth comes out, it's really impressive. It's almost like a vacuum cleaner. One of my favorite fish in this tank is that Cyprichromis. Really interesting fish. It's almost like a Tanganyikan. It's kind of like a Geophagus in the Tanganyikan, in Lake Tanganyika. Really cool fish. Chris, you want to see some smoky Pinoy angels? We'll get to that. Sanjay wants to know if we can go back into the electric blue Acara sale. We might get around to doing it again, but currently our stock is getting lower after having the sale, so unfortunately, right now we can't go back and do that. Yeah, Bill, these fish look really good. Actually, the camera isn't picking up as well due to all the background light, but the Frontosa are looking a lot lighter in color on camera versus how they look to the naked eye. So guys, if you have any requests of fish you want to see today, let me know. Daniel says all you can think about are those marbled whiptails. Yeah, they're really nice. Something unfortunate happened with those. Randomly, they just got really sick. I wasn't informed of it until, let's see. Oh, just until this morning that they were sick. So unfortunately, we had maybe about, I want to say 10 marble whiptails that we lost. I'm not too sure on what caused it. I'm thinking it was most likely a bacterial issue, but yeah, we actually had to refund a customer because we had lost them, and it happened really quickly. So whatever it was killed the fish really quick. It wasn't a parasite. Christopher giving out some tips on a canister filter. I haven't heard of that Beaver canisters. I haven't heard of that brand, Christopher, but I'll have to check those out. A canister filter that I like to use at home is an Oase canister filter. I've had really good luck with those. I like that they have a removable sponge. You don't have to take down the canister filter completely. You can just take one section out and get the sponge out and clean it. Sanjay would like to see some earth eaters. We will. We'll go look at some. And in fact, guys, we'll go look at this the South American show tank before we head over to look at some fish in the rest of the warehouse. So I'm trying to use this cart, guys, to keep it a little more stable on some of these show tanks at the beginning. A little less chaotic. Here are some live earth eaters. So we got the Geophagus sphenai in here. There is one thread finnicara. There was a pair. The male unfortunately died last week. I don't know why. He was really big. There was no injuries. Sometimes I don't know. I'm assuming something internal happened. He was really big. I haven't seen one that big before. But there's this pair of sphenai looking really good. And hopefully these guys want to start spawning again. So for you guys who are our loyal followers, I'm sure you saw on Facebook, we did finally get the AC going in the building. So the temperatures are a lot more manageable. The temps in this tank were getting up to 86 degrees and it was stressing the fish out. And now I believe the temperature is right at 80 in this tank right now, which is great. So hopefully we'll see some more spawning action come out of them like we did when we first put them in this tank, because that was really fun. It was interesting to watch. We weren't trying to spawn them in here for production purposes. It's great if they do, and we will collect them and raise them up and sell them, but mostly we just want to show people in this tank like, hey, what you can do, how these fish spawn, how they protect their fry. Because there are some older videos we have out with these sphenai in this tank protecting the fry from some butterfly peacock bass, and that was really, really fun to watch. That was super interesting. All the employees here loved it. I know a lot of our customers like seeing it too. So that was great. So hopefully they'll get back to doing that. Yeah, these sphenai are really nice. So are those tiger severums. They look really good. There are some red shoulder severums in here as well. They tend to kind of hide. I think the red tiger severums kind of run the tank. Oh yeah, there's a small red tiger severum. So these guys are, red shoulder severum. They were put in here the same time and at the same size as those red shoulder, let me start over, guys. These right here, the red shoulder severums, they were the same size as the red tiger severums when we put them in here, and you can just see how quickly these red tiger severums grew. And in general, they just seem to be a little bit more aggressive compared to the red shoulders and all the other heroes species. Daniel, are you referring to the panda waru in this tank, or are you referring to the waru, the regular waru? It looks like these pandas have red, so you must be talking about our, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the scientific name. It's like Fernandez something. The regular typical waru, something that we call the triangle cichlid. I haven't noticed that they have different colored eyes. Yeah, so I haven't noticed about their eye color, but that's something I'm definitely going to look into. So that could be something really interesting to look into. Fish Hippie got some speni a few months ago and they got really big. That's good to hear. Right now, unfortunately, we only have some small speni available, but we will be seining that pond shortly and getting more in. So guys, let me know if you have any requests. I'm going to walk back there. We're going to go look at some fish. I know I told you guys that we're going to have a Friday sale this week, starting this Friday. We've been super busy. I'm going to try to make it happen. It might not start exactly at 1 o'clock, but I'm going to reach out to another one of our employees here and see if she can help me get this sale going for this week. So typically we have our weekly sale start Friday. It'll be 4 to 5 items and it'll end the next Friday. So as soon as we're done here today, I'm going to make sure I'm going to see if I can make that happen. So the Gymnogeos, Daniel, if you're referring to the Terra purpura, they're doing fantastic. We just, so sorry, I hope I didn't lose you guys there. I may have lost you for a second. My phone, I accidentally closed out of the app while trying to scroll your comments, so sorry about that. So, we were talking about the Gymnogeophagus Terra purpura. We are doing great on them. They're pond breeding. We actually just, most of these fish, we either trap them from ponds or we will have to seine them in. The Terra purpura, we are able to trap them, so it's a lot easier for us to keep them in stock all the time. Seining in the ponds takes a lot of work and it's hard on the fish. If we trap them, there's no really, the fish don't get beat up or anything. We just have to get them in and deworm them really quick and get them on the website. So that's something we should always have in stock from here on out. That being said, there is the Gymnogeophagus rhabdotis. So being that these Terra purpura are so similar, we're considering getting rid of the rhabdotis line. We also pond breed those fish. They look very similar. They have very similar requirements. They get about the same size. So if you're wanting Gymnogeophagus rhabdotis, you better get them while we still have them. We only have maybe a couple hundred left on the farm, and I'm pretty sure we're going to just completely replace them with the Terra purpura. Just because of sales, they don't sell as much, and the Terra purpura are so similar, we figured, hey, let's just keep these. They're basically the same thing but much more colorful. So act quick if that's something you're interested in. So let's go look at some fish. I don't see her on here, but we did have a customer requesting in emails to see some Cyprichromis blue flash, or I'm sorry, some Cyprichromis leptosoma chituda. So we'll go look at those and hopefully she can see them. I haven't heard from her in the comments yet, so Sherry, if you're here, thanks for joining, and if you're not, maybe you'll catch this afterwards and we will see the fish. So I went down the wrong aisle, but we'll look at those really quick. So for anybody interested in Cyprichromis, guys, we have been breeding them. We've had a lot of success breeding them, but they're small batches. So it's gonna take a minute to get the inventory up. But here's some chituda. These were all bred here. For those who are interested, they are mouth brooders, and if you saw our video not too long ago of us pulling fry from a Cyprichromis species, they all breed that same way. So right now they don't look like much, they're just little silver sardines, but they do get bigger. They get a nice blue tint to them, the males do. Their body will turn blue and they get the yellow tails. Most Cyprichromis leptosomas, there's There's a few different catch locations, and they all look similar, but they all have slight differences, so it's pretty cool. And we're also breeding the Cyprichromis nigropinis, so for those of you interested in some Cyprichromis, we are working on them. It's just a slow process due to the size of spawns. And since we're here, I want to show these Neolamprologus cylindricus. I really like these guys. They're like a lulupide body shape, but with stripes. I really like. Different color too, obviously, but let's see. Christopher, the AC is cranking. Let's see here. You see the up here are the vents. Really interesting venting system. I've never seen anything like this before, but it's working really well. In fact, let's go look at what the temperature in here right now is. The humidity's been a lot better too, which is the killer here in Central Florida, especially during the summertime, is the humidity. So this system was specifically designed to help bring humidity down, sitting at a comfortable 81 degrees. This is the heater. This is for the heater, so it's not set to 74. This is what our heater's set to. But right now it's 81 degrees in here. The AC is set to 78, and the humidity has been a lot better. And also, I've seen the difference in a lot of these fish. The show tanks were the warmest. So those big 600-gallon tanks behind us were really, really warm, hitting 85, 86 degrees at the peak of the day. And the fish were, you could tell they were stressed. They were all coming up towards the top of the water. The oxygen levels were dropping in the tanks. So ever since that, just in the last couple days, temperatures have dropped. The water temp's around 80, and the fish are acting a lot better. So it's only going to get better from here, guys. It's been awesome so far. Thomas, we do have haps. Is there any hap in particular you want to see? We have lots of different types of haps here. Hey, good morning, Vicky. Glad you can join us. Fish family, thank you. Fish fam says, help our community grow. Like this video and hit subscribe. So guys, we're gonna do this every single Friday, and we're putting out a couple videos every single week. So if you haven't already, subscribe. Sometimes we do giveaways, and we only do them via the live streams. Sometimes we do giveaways only through YouTube videos, so stay tuned to that. So Dr. Q's got a question. You don't remember the name. The geos that stay around 4 or 5 inches, very colorful. Could we look at those? Could you be talking about the Geophagus red hump? So we do have some wild caught red humps in right now. Let's see what those look like. We don't have too many left in stock. They were selling really fast. But these are the Geophagus Steindachneri. Males get a nice red hump. And they have like a blue kind of flag pattern on the back half of their body. And they don't get too big. They get maybe 4 to 4.5 inches. You can see one and there's a little beat up. One male. But really nice fish. I love these guys. We used to breed these here in house, but we do buy some locally, and then we also import them from the wild. Redhead Tapajos, I'm not too sure. Let's go see if we can find some redhead Tapajos in here right now. As we walk by, guys, have a look at these Hecklodiscus. They're looking really good. So these were wild caught, and these came in on our Peruvian order. Let's see. No, we were looking for redhead. So here we have some small redhead tapajos. They're at that 1.5 to 2 inch size right now. Now this is a fish we do breed here, but we also buy these just due to demand. This fish is really popular. They sell so quick. And then down here, here are the smaller spheni that we have available right now. There's some 2.5 inches in here, and then the rest of them are more like 1 to 2 inch. And you can see, even at this small size, they have a lot of color already. They're really, really bright. Some of the reds and blues are coming through on the side. Look at, they're all hungry. They're all at the top, begging for food. All right, so we got a couple requests. Oh yeah, so the Rhabdotis, Dr. Q, that's the fish I was talking about earlier. I'll walk by the tank really quick, and then we're going to look at some rainbows, because I do see a few requests for some rainbow fish. But the Rhabdotis is something we've considered stopping breeding just due to the popularity, and we have a very similar fish now, which is the Terrapupura. I'm not sure if we have any in the warehouse currently of the Rhabdotis, but I will look. This is the section that would normally be in. So just be patient with me as I scroll really quick. I don't see any in here right now, so it means we're picking them out of our greenhouse currently. Give one more look. Really quick, let's look at this Hemichromis Moanda, or the Moanda jewel cichlid. Look at that, all fired up in there. Any guess on who's the dominant fish? He's looking really good. So, any particular rainbow fish requests? The emerald rainbows are in here, Daniel, so I'll look for those. So I believe they're right here on the other side, so let's swing around. And then see what other requests we had. So just give me 1 second so I don't run past any requests. So some Wapoga rainbows, Blairi rainbows, and emeralds. So yeah, let's do that. So guys, just so you know, a lot of times in the warehouse we keep the rainbow fish aren't fully colored in here. They usually they're smaller, and also the males sell really quickly. So like right here, we're looking at the aquarium strain Bosemani. But there's a good mix of males and females in here. They're looking really good. So we're looking for Wapoga. And I already forgot the other one. And Blairi. Okay. And emeralds. So here are some emeralds here. It doesn't look like we have a ton in stock. This is one of my favorites. Their name is fun to say. So these are the Wanamensis. It looks like one of the Gymnogeophagus Terrapupura snuck his way in here. But here are the Wanamensis. You can see the males, they have the longer fins. Now, as they get larger, as they get older, those fins will naturally kind of get shredded, and that's perfectly okay with this fish. If you ever receive an emerald rainbow with some, and they're big and they have some nice, like, it'll look like the fins are shredded, but on the anal fin, it'll get like The fin will end up looking like this eventually, and that's perfectly normal for them. Older, big, mature males will develop that. So let me see what else we're looking for. So here's some Blairi. Now these are bred here. Right now in this tank, the males are not colored up. First thing in the morning, they generally are. Right now, they are not. You can see some reds and like orangey red in them, but they're not showing anywhere near what they look like when they're fired up. And with this many fish in a show tank, or in a sales tank, I'm sorry, they're not gonna look like, wow, that's a really nice fish. But this one's really nice. They get big for a rainbow. I've seen these guys 5 inches. Some of our breeders are 5 inches. They're pretty big, and they get tall too. Really nice fish. And then let me find the Wapoga. I'm not sure if there are any in here currently. That's another one we breed here in house, and they're just fantastic fish. I love how red they get. That's definitely a top 5 rainbow for me. Are the Wapogas. I really like these Marasi as well, the Melanithania Marasi. What I like about these guys, they stay small. They're very similar to the holy grail of rainbow fish, the Kalitawa, but there are obviously differences. But I really like them as well. So I'm not seeing the Wapoga on this side. Let's swing around to the other side of this rainbow rack. This is kind of like a rainbow fish rack and some other, there's some South American fish on this rack as well. This isn't what we're looking for, but we have the Doherty rainbows here. Their tank's really dark, but this is an underrated rainbow fish. A lot of people really like the Millennium rainbows for their reds. These guys are really cool too. The males get nice and red. Let me get this lid off so there's a little bit more light in the tank and see if that makes a difference. Alright, let's see if that made any difference in the color. So you can see some of the red on the males starting to come through. And this is another rainbow that gets relatively large. I've seen these guys over 4 inches as well. Let's see. So I may have walked past them, but I did not see the Wapoga in here right now, guys, so sorry about that. Hello, Susan. Holly, what's your question about the rocks? I see you have a question about, you have several large rocks, but they aren't together. Is it better to stack them? For which fish are you talking to? Yes, we can show the multisplomata. Another large rainbow fish. So we just have to find them. Guys, I get lost in here. We have so many. Oh, here's another tank of Wanamensis. So those look really good. So we don't have a ton of these multisquamata in right now, but they're pretty big. They're about 3 inches. And there's a nice male. Try not to chase him too fast. You can see the male right there in the middle. Oh, darting away, there he is. Another large rainbow fish species though. They're really nice. That is because the Wanamensis are under quarantine. So you guys might see these fish here and the other tank I showed earlier and wonder why. Like, hey, you guys have, I'm looking at 50 fish. Well, these fish right here were the only ones actually available currently. The other ones would be under quarantine. These ones, if they're not on the website, that means they were sold out and we just haven't shipped them yet. Now, if you wait probably another couple days, inventory will be done again and these guys will be done with quarantine and then they'll be up on the website. So just because, and this goes for people who visit, you guys might see a lot of fish and wonder like, hey, your website says you only have 10. Well, just like any good company would do, we run all of our fish through quarantine before we ship them. That doesn't 100% stop any issue from happening during shipment and you receiving a sick fish. But every one of our fish, we do quarantine, we do put them through something before we ship them, so just keep that in mind. So here we got the albino millennium rainbows. Some people call these the orange albino millennium. I just call them the albino millenniums. Gary, glad to hear that all your fish are doing good, and thank you for your order. For you guys who took advantage of getting a free beta, congratulations. We probably won't be doing that again anytime soon with betas. We'll continue to do it with the food and other items, but the betas were something we had brought in and they weren't selling like we had hoped to, so we were able to offer them until we no longer had them available. We had maybe 50 of them go out, so that was pretty cool. It was nice to be able to give the fish to somebody who could house them and like them. Of course, we're right back at the Bosemani. These guys are always super popular. Let's look for another fish. So, any final requests? I know somebody was in here asking about seeing some haps, but they never gave me anything specific. Haps is such a large, broad spectrum term. It's really hard to say, okay, yeah, let's go look at a fish that you might want to see. So, for example, here's a nice hap. If anybody's interested in these guys, we got some Fire Blue Ndiwe or the Fire Blue Empress. So these are location type of the typical blue red Empress, but these are the Blue Empress. Nice fish. They typically don't color up really nicely until they're larger. They take a long time to show colors and differences between males and females. So if you were to order a small Fire Blue Empress, or what I call them is the Fire Blue Ndiwe, if you do order these at a small size, it's going to take a minute for them to color up, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, Charlotte, we had those betas for a while, so they did grow significantly while we had them here on the farm. I think the big issue with the betas is everybody wants an individual picture of the beta they want. Most people keep them solitary, and when you order a beta, you want the exact beta. So you're really taking a gamble when you just order like an assorted beta online, which is where I think we ran into the issue. Jim, thank you for the order. Glad to hear your fish are doing good as well. Christopher, there you go. Smoky Pinoy Angels. I promised you that earlier, so we will walk past that really quick. Let's go look at some angels. There should be some in here. Um, this is one we breed here. We have a lot of them down in the greenhouse, but we also have them up here. So yeah, here's some. Here we go. We got some black angelfish and the smoky pinoys. So let's see how they look right here. And then a few just caught my eye down here, guys. These are the veil-tail smokies. There was a couple really nice ones that I saw. Of course, they're all bunched up. The ones that really caught my eye are hiding. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for today. But don't leave just yet. Oops. Camera's not working with me. So, really quick guys, before I leave, I just want to say thank you guys for the awesome Memorial Day sale again. I know some of you guys probably already saw the video of me saying thank you, but it's a little different live, so I just want to say thank you. That's awesome. We've been super busy here. So if you ordered and you haven't got your fish yet, by Tuesday, we should be caught up. So Tuesday. So if you're still waiting, you should get your fish by Wednesday, so keep that in mind. Sanjay wants the electric blue cars back on sale. I don't know if we can do that again, but I'll look into it. And I'm going to look into getting that sale up today by, probably not by 1 o'clock, but I'm going to get up as soon as possible. Charlotte, talking about those red devil koi angels. We have some, probably going to bring them up to the warehouse today and have them on the website next week. They're this size, body size, so they're 2 to 3, 3 to 4 inch. We'll get it on the website, hopefully starting next week. So be on the lookout for those red devil koi. Super excited. We got about, I don't want to tell you how many we have. I just want to get them while you can. We're breeding them, so they're gonna keep coming back in stock. So if you don't get them this round, next time we have another pond of fry growing out. So stay tuned to the website because they will be going up shortly, and hopefully we can get a sale up by the end of today. So thank you guys for the awesome sale, and keep an eye out for potentially another the weekly sale coming up by the end of today. So catch you guys next week. Later.